drawing tool and text. You can put in like a text box on there. So you don't have quite as much flexibility with that. Now, I'm going to imagine, and I feel bad I don't have all those answers for you, but there's probably a lot of other cool, diagnostic things they can do with the data in the premium version that's not included in the free version. But at the same time, you can see the free version really can allow you guys to take slideshows you've used for years or new ones and really make them interactive so students can all participate. You can get quick formative feedback right there in class and just make your whole presentation so much more engaging. Also, when you guys do trainings, if you are a tech trainer, what a wonderful way for you. I've done this in some of my trainings to have it be like the back channel where I'll have questions come up every now and then that I've been pushing out through Pear Deck, and it lets so many people participate and give feedback during a training session. All right, any other questions on that? Well, guys, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to pop in and join. I'm sure we've got some other announcements for them now, but thanks, guys, so very much.
Thank you, Eric. All right, we got Pear Deck swag for days, all right? If you can see a green shirt, we have some stickers. We have some Be Internet Awesome stickers, which is part of the new Google thing that you mentioned briefly. And we also have 3 months of premium access. There's a QR code that you can scan. So make sure you talk to a green shirt EdTechTeam person, and we'll make sure that we get you one or some or all of these. And we're also going to do a raffle drawing momentarily. Well, just a quick reminder, if you didn't get scanned in by somebody, now's the last call to get scanned in. You'll get a raffle ticket, and we're going to do a raffle in just a moment. And while we do that, I want to call up Dr. Chris Kraft. He is EdTechTeam's person on point for strategic partnerships, and he's just going to mention a little bit about the importance of Pear Deck and other companies like them.
Well, hi. If you and I have never met, I'm Chris Kraft. I live, work, and play in Columbia, South Carolina, and I'm fortunate to work with all of the companies that we believe create the products and services that are making a difference in education. And if you haven't checked out Pear Deck, they just created a fantastic announcement around Be Internet Awesome. And I want to show you that through somebody named Danielle, who's going to tell you about the Be Internet Awesome Pear Deck announcement that just happened. Very excited.
Hi guys, how's it going? Okay, so we are so excited. Pear Deck is just partnering with Google for the Internet Awesome. We now have pre-made Pear Deck covering the entire
I need to, we have a new one now, so I'll give you a new link really quick. Is that okay?
Yeah. We have little Pear Deck lessons, so you don't have to create the content. You do not have to create the Pear Deck. Is all right there made for you at your disposal. Save the whole thing to your Google Drive, share it with everybody on your team. It's all right there. You don't even have to think about it. And you're engaging your kids and making them safe on it.
Thank you, Danielle. Hey, and just because I have you, can I share with you my favorite brand new tip, trick, or tool? Is that okay? All right, listen. So as of today, we're releasing something brand new, we as EdTechTeam, that a lot of folks have been asking us for. How about a show of hands? How many of you have wished you could add audio to Google Slides before? Listen to me, friends. Look at me in the face. It's released as of today. We released Audio Player for Slides. Listen to the URL, audioforslides.com. Audioforslides.com. Install the Chrome extension, authenticate it, and you'll be able to add audio from your Google Drive to your Google Slides. But wait, you want something a little more, don't you? Listen to me. Listen to me. Look at me in the face. Let me tell you what's coming next. Coming this fall, we're going to release an addition to Audio Player that will allow you to record your voice to it. It'll allow you to have kids narrate presentations. It'll allow you to flip your classroom beautifully and easily. And listen to me. Listen to me. Audio Player for Slides is completely free. So enjoy. Let me know how you like it. It's brand new, released as of today. So if it doesn't work quite well, talk to Ben. If you love it, just look for me. I would love to chat with you about it. I'll get out of your way. Thank you so much for listening. And let me know what you think about Audio Player.
All right, we have a big group here right now, which is great, but we are live streaming too. So everybody wave. I think the camera's over there. But hey, not at ISTE. There's actually a phenomena, hashtag not at ISTE, and you can go there and make sure you tell your people like what I'm doing, follow this, and you'll get a glimpse of it. And so check out not at ISTE and ISTE, right? Okay, we have a number of prizes over here. We're gonna pass over. Tina's gonna walk over here with that red bowl. Tina's walking over here with the red bowl, and she's gonna walk up, and we're gonna do a quick raffle. Thank you. All right. Last call. Anybody? Everybody got scanned? Everybody's getting their tickets in, and we're gonna give away a couple fun things.
Yeah. Just like turn it on.
Thank you.
You go to the app right there.
All right. Our first prize. Eric walked over with a bag. It is a Pear Deck bag, and he's like, "Well, that's just the bag," and I'm like, "The bag's cool. We're gonna raffle off the bag." So our first prize today is the bag, the Pear Deck bag. Last 5 numbers. I'll read off the last 5 numbers. Okay, 24783. 24783. 24783. Must be present to win. 33852. 33852. Last 5 numbers.
Will that?
Okay, now you know it's
Let's get John back up here. You can calculate it first.
So
Okay.
oh wait.
Last 5 numbers. 33836.
All right,
Pear Deck
I need to sign in and it's not all together. So I don't want to share it. Oh, okay.
We have some really cool EdTechTeam shades. We're passing those out to everybody. Last 5 numbers. 33853. 33853.
So you
All
were
right,
like,
next up we got a luggage tag.
okay,
We also have a cell phone lanyard hanger. Luggage tag, cell phone, lanyard hanger.
Yes.
Last 5 numbers. 33880.
Nice.
All right, everybody. The future is here, and this is your rocket book. All right. This is your rocket book, and the rocket book is you can download an app when you're done taking your notes, your sketchbooks, doing your math, doing your composition, whatever it is. You scan it, and it blasts it to the cloud and sends it somewhere. Maybe it's iCloud, Google Drive, text message, email. The winner of the rocket book is 33839. 33839. We have one of our famous EdTechTeam Adventures backpacks. This is actually a full backpack, super lightweight, great for day. Hi, it's 33829. 33829.
I have no
And the grand prize is an EdTechTeam Summit. So just a quick bit about that. What you're seeing is like a 20-minute session, highlight of what you might actually see at one of our events. We try to bring in, we have the energy, we have the passion, it's all about the tools, but more importantly, it's how you use them in the classroom with students. And so we want you to come check out one of our events, and we have a free ticket here for an EdTechTeam Summit. This is a big, high value, big money ticket item. 33845. 33845. Woo!
I'm hearing you right out of
Now, I did mention the EdTechTeam Summit, and I am just going to do a quick shout out on some of the stands. There's a stand over there and a stand over there. There is literature about how to enter our Summit at Sea sweepstakes. And we're going on a TV adventure on the Royal Caribbean on an 8-day cruise, 2 days at sea. Will actually be at an EdTechTeam Summit. The rest is R and R for you, your colleagues, your family. There's geo adventures. There's going to be a lot of formal and informal learning opportunities. We hope you check it out. You have a chance to win a free cruise to one lucky educator. So thanks for joining. We do have another awesome session coming up next. So we'll just preview that in a moment. But have a seat, swap out, and we'll see you in just a minute.
She has them? Are there raffle tickets down there while you're on them?
I'm not sure. Do you know which ones that you guys are using?
All right, everybody, come join us. We're going to be learning about TED Ed. Come check it out. How to use TED Ed with your students in your classroom.
So yes, thank you. You see, Candy. I'll get tickets for your next round.
All right, everybody. Well, we get our final preparations. I'm going to take just a moment to tell you a little bit about our Summit at Sea. I'm wearing a captain's hat because EdTechTeam is going on a cruise. EdTechTeam is going on a cruise, and we're doing professional development on the high seas, the Symphony of the Seas, Royal Caribbean, 8 days, 7 nights, and you have a chance to win a free cruise. Nothing required to enter, and some lucky educator is going to walk out of here with a full paid package to attend an EdTechTeam Summit at Sea. So if you need a flyer, raise your hand and we'll make sure that you get registered. There's some Summit at Sea stickers. Also, if you're just sitting down, make sure you get scanned in by one of our green shirted people, and we'll also give you a raffle ticket so that you can enter the drawing for right after this session.
And you go out in April next year. So
That's congratulations.
life is happening.
That's really great. Hey,
Remember?
yeah, I did. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. I like the captain's hat. Yeah.
Summit at Sea.
I love it. Sounds like fun.
Is it okay to share the whole
Sounds like
screen
fun.
now?
Yeah.
Is it, okay, no worries. Wait,
You're really
I gotta
good.
see everything.
When's that?
I know, you got it. Now I know what you mean. All right, cool. Okay, cool.
You're doing early to have that.
Sorry, sir. I apologize.
Yeah. That's really cool.
I'm going to get this started.
Yeah, do your thing.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. We have our next session between now and 3:30. We have Kimberly Lane Clark. She's going to be talking about TED Ed, the TED Ed platform, spark, create, and share interactive ideas. So, hello, online audience. Hello, Not a ISTE. We're glad that you're here joining us, and we're really stoked for everyone to see this. So, Kimberly, here you go.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh, my goodness. So if you heard the keynote last night, you saw someone do a TED Talk, right? And so the TED Talk, they actually have an education piece of it. And so I'm actually a I'm actually a TED Ed innovator. And so basically, you can do this in your classroom. So I'm going to show you a cool way to do this. And so if you remember Patricia, she basically did a TED Talk. And so I've actually been on the stage, and so it's a really good way that you can get your students to actually do TED Talks in your classroom. So I really like this piece of it. So basically what's going to happen is there are 4 ways to get involved with it. And so I'm going to go over this. So the first thing, we all want our students to have a student voice, student choice, right? So with this, TED Ed has created a platform that you can actually do TED Talks, and they can actually add their information in the TED Talk, and they can do basically where it's if you've heard of like a learning management system like Google Classroom or Schoology, wherever the case may be, TED Talk has its own platform where you can actually add it in. And so I'm going to show you how to do that. So remember I said the 4 ways. The first way is discover. So the kids need to discover their ideas on what they want to talk about. That's how you're sparking your ideas. So the platform, how you go to it, and I'm going to give you that address. You can go to ed.ted.com. And so on the ed.ted.platform, you're able to add all of the ideas on there. So I'm going to go back a couple of slides and show you what I mean on here. So basically what happens is we've all seen animated videos, right? Animated, kind of like cartoon videos. If you have a cool lesson plan that you put on the TED Ed platform, sometimes they will create it into an animated video. I'll show you how to do that in a few moments. Now, when you go to the TED.ed.platform, it looks like this. And so all you do is just sign up for an account. And it's not where they're going to send you any type of spam or anything like that. You're just signing into an account. So basically, you're just going to log in. And you can either log in with Facebook or you can log in with your email address, and that's what I'm going to do. So it's basically going to log me in, and this is what happens. It starts from start to finish, right, creating a lesson. So whatever lesson that you have in your class, you're going to say, for instance, if students are learning about something in social studies, and you want to create a lesson around a TED Talk, because there are tons of TED Talks all around the world on all different types of ideas. People have everything they kind of want to share about. So you can basically start by clicking on creating a lesson. And so somebody give me a keyword that we want to learn about today. What's a good word? Anybody? Sorry? Ancient Egypt. All right. So ancient Egypt. Hopefully I spelled that right. And so it's going to search. And so I'm just going to click on Ancient Egypt 101. So this is a YouTube video. So you can use YouTube videos, you can use a screencast yourself, or you can use a TED Talk. So this is the start of the lesson. So of course, as educators, we want to view this lesson. In case it's inappropriate, we want to view it first. And then we're going to click on continue. So when we click on continue, basically here, it's going to load into this entire lesson stage. So at first, you need to add your content. So you can change the title right here as well. So you can basically customize it into whatever you want it to be. So I'm just going to leave it Ancient Egypt 101. So it says, let's get started. So the let's begin piece, you're going to give an introduction. So just imagine if your students if they were at home and they missed this lesson, or if you want to do like a flipped classroom, the students can do this as well. But remember, you can do TED Talks as well on here. But this is kind of a video piece. So we got this from YouTube. So I'm just going to add example on here and just some more things as well. And then you're going to click save. So now we have the let's begin piece. Then the students have think. Notice it has multiple choice questions or an open-ended question. So once the students watch the video, they also can have multiple choice questions. So you think of have you ever had an Edpuzzle before? So it's somewhat similar to Edpuzzle, but this is where the students can spark their ideas by using TED Talks. So that's the difference between it as well. And it's on the ed.TED platform, which is pretty cool. So it's, you know, they're using the TED Talk. All right, so we're going to do a multiple choice question. So you can just basically put the question in here, and I'm just going to put anything for now. And of course, you want to put your answer text in here. I'm just going to say example, example, example. Make sure here that you actually choose whatever your answer is. So make sure you do that as well. So we're just going to leave that for here for time's sake. Remember, it has the video. Now watch this. It has a video hint on there. Yeah, so the teachers are going to create this. Then you have a link for the students. Yes, 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 yes. So notice you see the video here. They can kind of get a replay. But you also, where it says students who answer this question incorrectly will be able to go directly to the time code for a video hint. So you can put a video hint in there in case they get it wrong. All right, I'm going to click save. Oh, I didn't answer my questions up here. Yeah, something in here. Alrighty. I click save again. And so notice I have my think, and then the dig deeper is just another synopsis that you can add for your students. Think about this as if it's distance learning, flipped classroom, where the students are basically, you really don't know, you know, they don't know what's going on, they haven't been in the classroom. So you need to add all of this information in here, right? So I'm just gonna we'll just add something in here like this. Just imagine that this was about the ancient Egypt. So then there's a discussion piece. So the discussion pieces are really cool. You can have a prompt around the video and then have the students to respond, and they can respond to each other's questions as well. When you publish your actual platform on TED Ed, you get a link. And the link, you can send it to your students, and they don't have to sign in. So that's the cool thing, especially for elementary. You know, you don't want them having to have an account, especially if they're 13 and under. They don't have an email address. So it's really good to do that as well. So when I click publish, basically it's going to take me to a link, and I'll see my videos here. And notice I've created tons of them on here. Now, it says, how do you want your students to access your lesson? Require them to log in or don't require them to log in? That's where that piece comes into play. Now, when you click on share your lesson, here is the link. And I can't make this bigger, but here's the link right here. And so that link, you can copy it, put it in Google Classroom, have your students access it that way. If you're using another LMS, have your students access it that way as well. You can also share it via email. Now, the lesson is successfully published, but notice what it looks like. I want you to see what it actually looks like. And I'm going to click on another one that's already done. This one is called Can Robots Be Creative? And so when the students click on there, this is what it looks like. They do a let's begin. They have to, of course, watch the video. Then it takes them to the think piece of it. And so with the think piece, it's just lagging a little bit. With the think piece, basically, they have to answer the question here in order to go on. So they have more than one answer on here as well. Then they go to the next piece of it. And so they have to read this information. But notice right here, it says customize this lesson. So I didn't create this lesson. Someone else did. So I can basically click on it. Once I'm logged in, I can click on this and I can actually customize this lesson for me. So there are tons of lessons out there for the educators have created. You get an entire list of all lessons the educators created, and you can basically customize it to whatever you want to. Just think of whatever topic, whatever TED Talk that you like, and it's there for you, and you can customize it. That's the best thing I like about it. You also can adjust the settings on there as well, or if you need help. Now, that's one piece. Do we have any questions on kind of how we add our text? It's really, really easy. Sign in, click on create a lesson, and then begin step by step by step. Now, the awesome thing I like also is something that says TED Clubs. So has anybody heard of TED Clubs? TED Clubs are awesome. The thing about this is basically the students are able to be their own leaders. And so we always talk about student voice, student choice. Here, you can create a TED Club, and where basically you just sign in the information and then they become facilitators. And so it's a part of the actual CAD Ed platform. And so if you're just coming in, the platform is ed.ted.com. And all you do is just need an email address, fill out some information, and then this is where you'll be able to look at the lesson series, the different clubs. You can shop if you want to do that, but that's not really important. But the clubs and the lesson series are the most important ones that I like. And so with the clubs, you can click on Let's Get Started. And so here you're just filling out just pertinent information that you would have. Now, I've always get questions that people ask me if an actual student can create their own club. No, they can't. They need an adult 18 or older to create their own club. But you don't have to do anything once you actually create the club. They can run it. So it can be an after-school club, it can be a morning club, it can be an afternoon club, however the case may be. But the whole purpose of TED clubs is for them to create their own ideas. Whatever, think about Genius Hour. Have you heard of Genius Hour before? So Genius Hour is basically where students research topics and they take almost between 3 to 6 weeks of researching these topics. And then they come up with possibly a way that they can change whatever they've kind of researched about, or they can just talk about it. And in our district, we turned our Genius Hours into TED Talks. And so our kids actually presented with these. And so I'll show you all some pictures on it, where our kids actually presented their Genius Hour products, but they created it through the TED Ed clubs. So on here, I have a couple of pictures that are really cool. If it pulls up. I have some on here. Not pulling up for me. But my students, several of them, one of them basically did a research project on germs, and they actually took some germs off of several seats and places that are like really germy, and they researched it to see if actually these germs will work. And she did a cool TED Talk on how important it is to clean your hands. Germs are really out there. So that was her whole thing, but they took the Genius Hour project, they worked 6 weeks on it. After the 6 weeks, they basically did a TED Talk. And so you can create a TED Talk all yourself. I mean, we basically did everything. We cut out the letters, we did the red circle. I mean, everything you think of a TED Talk is, we created. And students run the club. I mean, it can be all types of things. Just think about all of the ways that things are going on in today's society. They can create things that, you know, basically are something that can help them and help the people with it. So just think of those things as well with the TED Talks. Now, for the people that are just coming in, the website is ed.ted.com. And so if you want more information on the TED clubs, here is a QR code that you can just scan, and it'll have the information on there as well. And so notice here, it talks about the clubs with the students will be able to. These are just some quick statements that are really good. Critically think is an important topic as well that students need to do. Develop soft skills, being able to share ideas, join a global movement. And so it's basically going to take you to an application that you'll be able to just automatically get where you don't have to search for. Did they come up? Okay. Oh, so sorry. Okay, so we have a couple of more minutes left, but I want to go over and make sure everybody understands how TED works. They go over the 4 topics. I'm so sorry. I'll go back to it. Making sure that students can discover, making sure they can create their ideas and turn them into something as well. Innovate and celebrate. And the celebrate is where the clubs come into play, where the kids can create their own clubs. So does anybody have any questions about the TED clubs? I know it was kind of like fast and furious, but anybody have any questions about the lesson plans that you can create on the ed.ted lessons? This is yours. Only yours. But you can make yours unworkable. Yes, yes. Different questions on there. No. It's going to be all yours. You can change everything on there because you're customizing it. Yes. All righty. So that is the end of my session. Hopefully everybody has enjoyed it. Thank you so much for your time. Woo-hoo!
All right, thank you, Kimberly. TED-Ed, huh? Always.
Yes.
Always. My favorite thing about TED-Ed is those words right here. It's like you can make any lesson better by just framing it around those key words. Okay, so here's what we're doing there, everybody. If you haven't been scanned in, make sure that you get scanned by a green shirt, let's call them. And then what we're going to do is you're going to raffle ticket. We're entering you into the raffle. We'll do a drawing in just a few moments so that you can have a chance to win some fun EdTechTeam swag here. We do have a couple of freebies here left over from the previous session. Any big fans of Pear Deck? This is 3 free months of premium Pear Deck and a Pear Deck sticker. So maybe Dan would be so kind as to help me pass out some of those. If you want a free premium 3 months of Pear Deck, raise your hand and Dan will hook you up. Michael will hook you up. How's your ISTE, everybody? It's going great. All right. Well, there's a few of you here, but we also have like 100 online watching, I think, or have been at one point at the Not at ISTE crew. So, hi, Not at ISTE. Great to have you watching. Our next session, I'm just going to give a plug for it. It's one of our team members. If you struggle with your inbox and like organizing it and some strategies, you need to stick around for zero inbox with your Gmail. So check that out. So you can stick around for that. Any last minute scans that we want to have here? Right. You want to talk about what cardboard is? Yeah. Right. Hey, we got Dan here. He's going to give us a little overview of our first prize.
So we have a Google Cardboard here. Who has a cell phone? Great. Then you can use Google Cardboard and you can go wherever you want to. I mean, Chicago's cool. I'm from Denver. I kind of like the mountains. So if you want to go check out the mountains in Colorado, you can literally take this, download the app, put your phone in here, and go visit the mountains right now. So these are great, obviously, in the classroom, taking it around, use it with your kids, virtual field trips. You don't even need to leave your classroom or your home to do this. If you got little kids, it's really fun to use with because they always look behind it like, wait, where did that go? All right, let's raffle this one off. First ticket is 993-3935. 993-3935.
a brand new ship. You ready? All right. All right, up next, we have Inbox Zero with Andrew Caffrey, and he is going to blow your mind and change the way you work.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon, everyone. As you can probably hear from my accent, I'm from the UK, so I work with EdTechTeam over in UK and Europe. We are a global company, and we run events all around the world. But I'm going to focus this afternoon on new Gmail, and particularly some workflow tips and tools to reduce your inbox. Because there are two types of people in the world. There are some people who right now are feeling uncomfortable. I imagine some of you right now are going, I don't like the number 1 on my inbox. I certainly don't want the number 1 million on my unread emails. And then there are other people who are quite happy with that. So people seem to sit between the two camps. I am firmly in the unsettled by that camp. I don't like 3, 4, 5 unreads. I want to deal with them. The problem with emails and Gmail is it's time consuming. It saps away the time that I want to spend doing other things. So we're going to talk about some tips and tricks for getting that down. So let's get into this. The first big thing is we only want to deal with emails once. I used to be the sort of person who would read an email, maybe it's from a parent about a student, and I think, okay, I'll leave that till later. Then later on, I'm reading the email again, and suddenly it's taking me longer and longer and longer. So I'm trying to create the situation where I look at the email and I deal with it straight away. So that's my first just workflow before getting to using the tools. Let's talk about Gmail as a whole. So how things appear in your inbox is entirely up to you to choose. So we just cut across to my emails, which is always a moment of truth in case someone's emailed me something weird in the last 10 minutes. So here is my inbox in Gmail, and you can see that I've got my inbox in different categories. So I have something called priority inbox turned on. So at the top there, I have important and unread. Those emails were sent to me personally, usually, and Gmail is reading my emails and going, yeah, this person wrote, hello, Andrew. It's a personal email. They mentioned me in a comment. So it's probably more important. These people down here, and apologies because something to see has fallen down there, are just maybe sending emails to lots of people. I might be on a mailing list, I might be a group I'm in, and it's messaging loads of people. So when I come to read my emails, the important part is that I can read the important ones first, and then later at some point, I can come down here and do the rest. Some people love this feature, some people hate it. You can turn it on and off by going to the settings tab, settings again, and priority inbox turned on and off. You can actually have anything you like here. So you notice below that, I then drop into star. Because although I'm trying to deal with emails once, in reality that's not possible. If someone sends me an email and says, could you write a presentation, it's going to take me 5 hours to do it, I might not be ready right now to do that piece of work. So I also star. So star is the ones I'm coming back to. So I've got, here's things I need to read, here's things I'm going to look at later, and below that, I have everything else. So down there is just all my other emails. So that's how I've chosen, by going to settings, and by going to settings again, and then by going over to inbox, that's how I've chosen to set my inbox up. But you can have anything you like at the top of that page. I know people who have a folder appear first. Now, I think that's a bit weird, I'll be honest. I don't know why they want their labels coming first, but it is your choice. You can lay that out however you like. Okay, so that's the first thing, is get your inbox into a format you're happy with. Now let's talk about the next step. Automation. Ideally, some emails come into me that I don't need to spend time dealing with. And I would imagine right now, you guys are at ISTE, and you're walking around ISTE, and people are scanning your badge, and careful I don't explain this while I'm standing doing it. People are scanning, and they're going to send you stuff. Whether you want their product or not, they're going to email you, aren't they? You might not want to read that stuff. So we can create in Gmail filters, which we can automate to do things. So if I come across to my inbox, here we are in Gmail. I can just do a search firstly. So let's search for emails that contain the word ISTE. Search for those. And then one of the options I have, here it comes, I do the drop down. is to create a filter with that search. So I might go create filter, and I now have some choices. I could choose to skip the inbox. So every time anyone emails me, an email with the word ISTE in, I don't even see my name at risk. Because if you win a prize at ISTE, you're not going to see it. But I could mark it as red, I could star it, I could add a label, I could delete it, forward it, and I have a whole range of choices there of things I could do. So I'm in certain email groups where I pre-filter the thing coming in. I know, for example, in the Google Trainer group, we get lots of emails every day. I put more in a label, the Google Trainer, and when I want to, I go over to that folder and I read those emails. Because I know they've been sent to me in some way. And I can do that search by using to search. I can search in a variety of ways. Now, I wouldn't recommend that you take your boss's email and put in skip the inbox and delete it. That's probably not a wise move. But you can create these filters to start automating how Gmail is handling what you're doing. This is particularly useful when we link it to the second tip about Gmail. And that's this. That within Gmail, you have an unlimited, there's my slides gone, you have an unlimited number of email addresses. So my email address is andrew@edtechteam.com. There it is. Gmail sees Andrew, and that's me, the user, and then edtechteam.com is our domain, and that knows where the email is going to. When Gmail sees a plus, it ignores everything after that plus. So if you send an email to andrew+ISTE@edtechteam.com, it's still going to come to me. Because Gmail sees the Andrew, sees the edtechteam.com, ignores the bit after the plus, and it happily fires the email in my direction. Now, you might say, well, what's the point of that? You have hundreds of email addresses, but they're all going to come to you anyway, and they're all going to fill your inbox anyway. There's no saving created there. But of course, I could use that on a filter. So I could, for example, register for ISTE, give my email address as andrew+ISTE@edtechteam.com, go around and let every stand in the building scan me for the competitions. And every time they email that address, I've created a filter that says put this in the ISTE folder. So I can start to get smarter with the emails coming in and give an email address that in reality is pre-filtered. And you could do that here at the conference. You could do that with your students. Imagine you're going to email all the parents in your school, and there's 1,000 parents, a survey, and they're all going to reply. You don't want that clutter in your inbox, so you can send it out that way. So there's a whole range of ways in which that piece of work around the email address linked to the filter that we saw in the previous slides can start to reduce the amount of emails you're reading. So that's automation, and that's automation linked to custom email addresses. So those two together are really powerful. Let's move on. The next thing is, so I'll get some emails that I've got to have to reply to. No matter what I do with filters, I'm going to have to at some point reply to an email because people ask me to. In new Gmail, we have two ways now of storing pre-written text for responses. So let's imagine you're dealing with parents again, and they keep emailing you the same question about when is the end of term, or what's happening with this homework. So you can write it out once, and then you can store that reply in a couple of places. That's loud. Store that reply. I feel like I'm going into space. And you can reuse the reply again and again. Two ways of doing it. So here I am in new Gmail. If you haven't seen new Gmail yet, you might notice it looks like old Gmail, but everything's a bit rounded. It's pretty much the difference. But the big difference is I can make the menus at the side go wide and go small again. So I can open and close them up and down. And I can also, ignore that, I can also on this side bring in Google Calendar, bring in Google Keep, and bring in Google Tasks, which is moving across to core product. So let's go to Keep for a minute. Imagine I'm emailing lots of people the same thing. I can start to store in Google Keep my replies. So I've got some hi, thanks for asking about the show, tickets, here you are. And all I then need to do when I'm composing my email is to go over there, grab that text, paste it onto my email. So if I've got a lot of repetitive work that's going on, a lot of repetitive emailing that I'm doing, where replies are similar, I could use Keep on the side as a clipboard, effectively, with replies in. There is another tool, some people may have used this before, that worked in old Gmail and has come across the new one, and that's called canned responses. And it's a very similar sort of tool, but you can create responses. So both do a similar sort of thing, can responses. If I show you that one, I'll go and compose an email. And I'll show you how to turn it on in a second, but let me show you what it does first. Canned responses, go away. Canned responses allows me to go to this little dot on the right hand side there and to find the little label that says canned responses. And there's some emails I've pre-written here, one about absent teachers. Press that, and it drops into that email, the email I've already written, the text that I've already written, or in this case, for some reason, nothing. Maybe I created a blank one. But it creates that email for me to reply to someone else. So how do you get canned responses? If that's the tool you think would be useful for you, that comes in settings, and then it's in labs. Now, here's the slightly weird thing at the moment, right now. There's no labs in new Gmail. It's in old Gmail. So we can change between the two. To turn canned responses on, you have to go back to Classic, turn it on, and then when you come back to new Gmail, it's happily working away. But right now, you can't turn it on in that one. So that's automating some of your replies. So we've talked about automating the incoming and filtering those, automating the replies. Some of you may have noticed that in my emails, I have some additional buttons that you don't see in yours. For example, when I go to compose on my email, here it is, down the bottom there, I have a send, and next to it I have a little clock, which we call delayed send. So I can choose to send my email at another time. The school I worked in, we had a really big thing about workload, and we weren't allowed to send emails from 7 p.m. in the evening to 7 a.m. in the morning because teachers were at home. It was their time. It was a nice situation. But I used to go home at the end of school, play with my daughter, and then at night time, late at night, I want to come back and do my emails. So I was somewhat stuck. I was like, well, I can leave it all in drafts, but then I've got to remember to press send in the morning and forget I haven't replied. So delayed send. I can press that button. I can say send that tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, or my email's far away. So I can start to automate that process. If we now go along to how I got that, that particular tool comes in as a Chrome extension. So there are a range of Chrome extensions that can deal with Gmail, and there is an organization called Cloud HQ. And Cloud HQ have pretty much cornered the market on Gmail Chrome extensions. If you're trying to do something in Gmail and you're thinking it doesn't do this, I would suggest you check out their list of Chrome extensions. So there's all manner of different things for labeling and SMS alerts and PCC. Now I have this one turned on. So I have save emails to PDF turned on, because sometimes people say, can you send me evidence of that conversation? Can you send me, can you forward me that email from the parent with your reply and everything else? So I can just go and press save as PDF, and I get a PDF of my email trail. So I have that one turned on. I have, which else have I got? I have auto BCC turned on for some of my emails. I've got some rules to copy certain people into emails that I send to other people. So I've got that going on. And then further down, we haven't even got to the one that's delayed send. It's schedule email. So schedule email is the delayed send Chrome extension. So I have that one turned on. Some of my colleagues use some of the others, like snooze email, the ones that work with interact with phones. Depending on what your school is using, they also have integrations that will save your email back to Google Drive, or save your email to OneNote if you want to go over there, or I don't even want to use Salesforce, or SharePoint, or OneDrive, or Google Docs, or Box. So there's a whole range of stuff here. If you've got a particular sort of niche need to turn on those additional features in Gmail, I would suggest you look there first. They're all free. Some of them that are more complicated have a limit about how many times you can use them. Schedule email does not have a limit. You can put as many as you like in, but some of the others, I'm trying to think which one it is, one of them that auto creates emails for you has a 20 per day limit. So it's still a lot, and you have to be going some to push that limit, but just bear that in mind in terms of your piece around that piece of work. So that's using Chrome extensions to automate some of my replies and to automate and give me some additional features in Gmail. Let's talk about some of the bits and pieces before we finish. A couple of others. So I'm back in settings, and I'm in settings again. Who already has Who already has undo send turned on? Have we seen undo send? We've got 1 undo send user. 2, well done. 3, good. So undo send allows me to write an email and then get it back. So frequently as a teacher, I would write an email to a student and then not thinking about that. In the UK, we always use our surnames. I'd write my first name. But for now, I'm just going to go for Mark, who's my boss. And I'm going to write, I love you. And I'm going to press send. And I'm going to go, well, that's probably not appropriate to send I love you to Mark. So down here, I can press undo in the bottom right-hand corner. I always get a bit nervous doing that demo. And it brings the email back to me again. So if you've suddenly sent an email, now, in reality, undo send is doing nothing fancy. All that happens is Gmail doesn't send my email for 20 seconds. So if you are on the phone and you're going, I haven't got the email yet, and I've sent it, I still haven't got it, because there's going to be a 20-second or 30-second delay in your emails leaving that you've got there. So I would say for most users, turning on undo send is a useful feature. Let's get back into settings again. So settings and settings. So that was undo send. It's about halfway down the general settings in Gmail. Down below that, we then have conversation view. Some people love this and some people hate it. Conversation view groups your emails. So if someone sends me an email and then I reply, and then someone else, pardon me, sends me an email and so on, that all gets grouped as one thing. I like that because it means I can find those emails, that mail trail. I can see the conversation. People who particularly switch from Office 365 across to Gmail find that annoying because it takes an old email and puts it much further up. So you can turn that off if you don't like it. There. We then have nudges. Nudges is new to new Gmail, and it's a very useful feature. Gmail reads my emails and reminds me if I don't do something with it. So you'll have noticed in my inbox, when it loads, I've got all my unread up there. And then down here, I've got this email here that isn't unread. But it's sitting in my unread box. And it's because I snoozed it 3 days ago, I put to sleep, but it will remind you and bring it back into the inbox. So it's saying, you wanted to be reminded about this, you want to send a reply here, please send a reply. So that's useful on 2 counts. 1, once it's turned on, you get reminders of things you haven't replied to. And 2, if you're in a district, as Gmail-wide, you also know that those emails you send out are being pinged back up as well. So when someone says, I forgot about the email, Gmail will probably have been pinging it back into their inbox, saying, you haven't replied yet, do you want to reply? So that feature, the nudges, can be turned on and off inside the settings there. The piece we saw around sending an email to sleep, let me find one that can go to sleep. Let's find this one here about the summit at sea. Maybe I'm really interested in the summit at sea, but not right now. So I have the option to send that email to sleep. So I can just hover over here and we see a little clock. You can snooze the email. And I can say, well, can you remind me about that later today? Well, actually, let's do it this weekend. And now that will come back into my inbox, important and unread, this weekend, because I've told it to remind me of that email. So I have the ability to do that piece of work. And some of these features that we're seeing here, we're in a product called Inbox, and if anyone's an Inbox user, the Gmail was a sort of pilot, and we're now seeing coming across into main Gmail. Once again, if you don't like nudges, if you walk in one day and find out you've got 900 nudges because you don't reply to things very often, then you can turn that feature off in settings. So everything is controllable and customizable in the settings area, and it's certainly worth taking some time to go through that and turn your settings on. Coming further down the settings area, we then have the stars. So I've got 3 stars in play. So I've got the yellow star, the orange star, and the purple star. I'll be truthful, I've never really decided why I've got 3. I don't know really what they mean. But that allows me to have different levels of star in my starred section. So I could decide that maybe purple star is really important, must do that straight away. Yellow star is come back to it in a week. I could in my mind create some sort of formula, or I could use numbers and different things. So you can also use the stars as a different way of reminding you to respond or deal with the email. And the last part about today is this one. And it's a new feature coming in. It's been the mobile app for quite a long time. Anyone who uses Gmail on mobile might have seen that when you press reply, it reads the email and gives you some suggestions for the reply. We now have that in new Gmail as well as a main feature. So normally when I try and demo this, it fails miserably because the email is not replyable. But let's give it a shot. I've got this email here. I don't know what this is about. If I go down the bottom here, I've got some options here of different things I could send as a reply. It's come up with some replies for me based on the content of the email. My theory is that, yeah, this takes time to do. You know, creating filters, creating what going out takes time. But I got my time back when all these things started running. When my emails come in and they get automatically filtered away, I'm getting time back to spend on other things because email is a time-sapping tool. And it allows me to get back to what I really want, which is my inbox back at 0. So I'm Andrew from EdTechTeam. I'm around for a bit if anyone's got any questions. But we are now going to draw for some prizes. Is there anyone who hasn't had a ticket? So if you've not had a raffle ticket, now is a great time to put your hand up, and then someone will come over and give you a raffle ticket.
Thank you. Thanks, Andrew. All right, so we need to get raffle tickets in. We've got prizes to give away. Hi, Nada Disty. Welcome to the group. All right, so we've got our Rocky View Summit coming up August 29th and 30th. We are EdTechTeam. We're known for our G Suite for Education summits, but we also do custom professional development. We'll bring a keynote speaker to your school. We'll help you with your change management. Whatever meets your needs, we're here to help. We also have our Summit of the Sea, and we've got our Fergus Falls Summit coming up August 8th and 9th. So what everybody needs is a ticket. If you didn't get a ticket yet, raise your hand so we can get you a ticket. Micah's got some. Oh, Micah, you're talking next if you want to come up here and get all set up. All right, so thank you. All right, so let's talk about what's coming up today. We still have our awesome session with Micah Shippey, create your tour for your own school.
Yeah. It's likely going to change your life. It's creating your own app for your school using Google Slides.
And then we have a few more speakers coming up, but you've got to be here at 5 p.m. today, because at 5 p.m. today, we're having Demo Slams round 1, okay? There will be 2 winners of Demo Slams round 1. They will be competing on Wednesday in round 3. So when do you think round 2 is? Tomorrow. All right. When do you think round 2 is? Not at ISTE? That's right. It's tomorrow. Okay. So this is what we're going to be giving away at the Demo Slams on Wednesday afternoon. This Chromebook right here, okay? So you're absolutely going to want to come on, what time is it on Wednesday, Michelle?
I believe it's 2 o'clock.
Well, thank you very much. All right, let's get giving away some prizes. Okay, you guys ready? Everybody got their tickets in? Awesome. So the first prize, Ben, what? Thank you, Holly. All right, so the first prize that we're giving away is an EdTechTeam dongle and one of those awesome cell phone holders you'll wear around your neck. And the first prize goes to ticket number ending in 3897. That's yours? 3897? No. All right. The next ticket winner is 5587. Nice. All right. The next thing that we're giving away is going to be EdTechTeam cardboard, which goes great with Micah's session. And the ticket winner that's going to get this ends in 3906. 3906. Okay. You have 3902? Yes, we've got a winner. All right, the next thing that we're giving away, folks, is we're giving away one of the EdTechTeam Adventure featured backpack. Now, it looks like a fanny pack, but it actually unfolds into an awesome backpack. All right, the winner of this awesome backpack is 5594. Yay! All right, the next thing that we're giving away, do you see these nice cases? Well, these are from Max Cases right next door. And if I pick your ticket, you're going to take this card right on the other side of our booth to Max Cases and get one of your own. Okay? Are you ready? Because that opportunity is going to go to ticket number 3832. 332. Congratulations. All right. We've got 2 more prizes this round. This is a rocket book, a notebook from the future. And that first rocket book, because we have 2 of them, the first rocket book is going to go to 3926. Sweet. And our second rocket book here is going to go to ticket number, can I get a drum roll? Sweet. 3929. 3929 going once. 3929 going twice. All right. Well, before I pull this ticket, I just want to thank you and encourage you to stay for the next session with our very own Micah Shippey. And then we've got another session after that and the demo slams at the end of the day. We'll be here all day tomorrow. If you didn't get our schedule of sessions, find a person in a green EdTechTeam t-shirt or stop by either one of these stands and get our schedule of our sessions for tomorrow and Wednesday. All right, no drum roll necessary. It goes to 3908. Nice, right here. All right, so I lost track of what time it is, but Micah?
5 minutes. Yeah,
We've got 5 minutes. Awesome. And our CEO, Mark Wagner, has a few words that he wants to say, right? Can you guys just tell me to have... Oh, I thought they were serious. They both pointed at you. Because I can keep talking for 5 minutes. But Michael, why don't you come up here and get set up?
The confusion here is that this message is actually for the folks not at ISTE. Wait, you're cheering that they're not here? That's true, that's true, that's true. So you guys are a part of the show here. You can see some of your friends standing around. But there's all sorts of prizes being given out here. So I thought it was only fair if we gave one out for you guys too. So one copy of this, my new book, which covers a lot of our philosophy as EdTechTeam, would be the School Change Honeycomb. This is going to somebody not at ISTE right now. I'm about to tweet this. There's the tweet. I'm going to push tweet. It has been twat. So you can, anybody that retweets that right now is going to be eligible for drawing, and we'll draw it in between the next session. There we go. All right. Thank you all for coming. I'm thrilled to see you guys here sharing with us. And thank you to everybody in a green shirt that's sharing with you.
Thanks, Mark. How exciting. Oh my gosh, we're giving away prizes virtually. So Micah's going to get set up for his next session here. And just for those of you that just happened to set up, we are EdTechTeam. We provide professional development not only for teachers, but administrators, and we'll even come in and do an event with your students. We'll take that garbage away from you. Andrew. You're welcome. All right, so if you haven't been scanned yet, we need to get you scanned, and we're giving a new ticket around for the next drawing. So if you need a ticket, raise your hand, and we have some folks going around giving out some tickets. I don't know what time it is anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 3:58.
So Michael, we're going to get started in 2 minutes.
No problem.
should have actually put
I know, but they close at 4, so I'm going to run up there. And what I'm going to do is save my seat and I'll be right back.
All right, are we ready to do this? Someone say I'm ready to do this. All right, 3 people are ready to do this. Hi, I am Micah Shippey, and I'm going to change your life. Can you hear me okay? Way there in the back. All right. Teacher voice doesn't work very good in a conventions hall. So how many of you have found yourself wanting and desiring your very own app? Somebody raise your hand even if you're lying. Good. So if you've ever looked into it, you've probably realized making your own app is cray-cray, right? Super expensive, blah, blah, blah. Well, I have a solution for you. There is another way to make your own app. You're supposed to chuckle at my stuff. Come on, all right? So what you can do is I'm going to show you today how to make an app using Google Slides. So it's a skill set which is pretty familiar to those of us who've been teaching 18 years. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. A little witness there. And that's actually connecting slides inside of slides and then forcing it into preview. So those of you who already know how to do all that, it's going to be a review. All right. So basically think back to like teaching like it's 2002 and you're using PowerPoint to make links inside of your slide for Jeopardy. How many of you have done that? Trebek. This is my favorite SNL. No, just me. All right. So anyhow, it's the same skill set that we've used to link slides inside of slides, but we're going to do it with Google Slides because, as many of us know, doing this stuff inside of Google Slides is like making a website. The way we're going to do this together, I'll walk you through the process and hopefully it'll resonate, is we're going to take the page setup feature and we're going to frame our Google slide to look like it's in portrait mode, just like you would see on your phone. So portrait mode is really close to like 8.5 by 11 or A5 if you're from across the pond. I got you. There's one. All right, let's keep moving on. All right, anyhow, so when we do this, some things we have to pay attention to. We got to be really careful about the fat finger rule. Have you heard about the fat finger rule? It's about fat fingers. So have you ever used a website or an app on your phone and you couldn't quite hit the buttons and you hit one and it was going to like the other two? Wicked annoying, right? Yeah, so anyhow, we got to pay attention to that. So we're going to create some buttons and they're going to be a little larger. Fat finger rule is clutch. The other thing we're going to look at is making a home screen, and the home screen will anchor these slides together. So the one thing I love about slides and about Google products in general is that they have a collaboration feature. So if I wanted to make a slide, an app, excuse me, for my school, and I wanted the lunch staff to be able to enter the daily lunch, I could share the slide deck with them. Or if I wanted every teacher in the building to be able to put homework on it, I could share this slide deck with them, and they all have authoring privileges. Who's excited right now? I have 4 people and 2 lying. I love it. So I'm going to walk you through again this in just a moment. Now, additionally, you have the ability inside of slides to make it limited inside of your building, and that's an important feature. If you want to highlight students in your building on this app that we're about to create, you might want to keep it somewhat confidential and limited to your school domain. Someone, can I get a witness? I got one. Okay, good. And then I'm going to show you a little bit about hacking your Google URL, which sounds like super nerdy, but that's how I roll. So your Google URL, you can actually force it to be in preview mode, like a present mode, and you can actually force people to take copies of your stuff. Does that make sense? It'll all be even a little bit clearer as I go through it live. Finally, the thing I'm going to show you last is how you can take this app that you're creating and make it a button on your phone. If you use iOS, you'll hit the share box. That's what we call this. Have you ever wondered what that's called? Did somebody just learn? It's a square. Excuse me, the Squarrow, said no one ever. Where are you from? Minnesota. Except for Minnesota, everybody else calls it the share box. So anyhow, a square, she said Squarrow. I have so much to do, people. Can we all get focused? How much time do I have? I got extra time. Keep going. No, anyhow, if you click this box on iOS, it puts it right on your desk, on your home screen. And if you're using Android, if you're one of those people, I'm trying to become one, you've got 3 little dots you can click, which will also add it to your home screen. So then it's going to behave itself like an app. It's appropriate to be excited. Did we just become best friends? Did we just have some pretty awesome examples? I'm going to share these with you when you're done. I've shared this a couple times with a few teachers, and one of them made a website for her app for her classroom. I thought that was dead battery. So one teacher I worked with made an example for her classroom and shared it out. Another one made a community app so that people in her community could contribute and could check out what's going on for community events. And then another one, a colleague of mine used it for her school board so that her entire school could communicate more clearly about their vision and their mission statements. Who's excited right now? We're up to 6 people in one line. If we have another mic, that'd be great. Do we have another mic? Yeah, I'll just keep yelling though. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in this magical moment. This is my favorite mind-blown GIF. I have no reason to show it to you other than I really like it. On hands-free. It's my favorite thing to be hands-free.
And it clicked for you.
Super like gesture-y, so it's good. Can I clip it to my nose? What do you think, right here? Like this? How's that? Can you hear me? I will speak up. Are we okay? People in the back, can you hear me? All right, good. All right, so I'm going to walk you through this process again to kind of hope that it resonates a little bit more with a live demo. So the first thing that I'm going to do, I need to yell more. Okay, the first thing that I'm going to do is click Page Setup. So I go File, Page Setup, and inside of File, Page Setup, I can do a custom setup. Is it going to make that noise if I put it near this?
Yeah.
It is. This is me being considerate of you.
You're fine.
Did you hear that? You didn't, because I was being considerate. All right, so I'm going to change the file page setup using the custom feature. And custom allows me to do something like 8.5 by 11. It looks like Andrew was using this last. I'll change it back to inches. 8.5 by 11. And then it frames it. So this isn't going to be a dynamic app where I can change my phone aspect and it will go widescreen. I don't want to pretend that's what it's for. It's just going to maintain it in that portrait mode. So here's where we'll enter our home page, like something like welcome. Don't make fun of the way I type. All right, then I'm going to add another slide. It's going to retain that aspect ratio that I just changed the page setup to. And I'll call this the home page. And we'll enter another one. Woo. Either I'm going real fast or this device is going real slow. I haven't decided which. All right, and then this one will be lunch. How's everybody doing so far? Are you having fun? Are you talking to me like this? Oh, how you doing? All right, we're back. Okay, so for page setup, I need to bring people into my site. So I want to make a button. So to use a button, I'm just going to use my shape feature and bring in something that's, you know, pretty snazzy like this. And I'll click on it right inside of it. And you can, of course, type right inside of a slide deck and write start here. So people will know if they click on this button, it's going to start. Now, to do the auto connect to another slide, notice it has the dots around the outside. That means it's able to be hyperlinked. If I don't have the dots, it's only going to hyperlink the text. So I need to make sure that it's got the outside highlighted. When I highlight the outside, I'm going to click on the link. And this is where the magic happens. So for this link button, instead of linking like a hyperdoc to a different website, I'm going to link inside of my slide deck. Who's excited? Good. I was worried I was losing you. All right. So I'm going to have it go to the slide called welcome. Well, that's where I am. Excuse me. Let me drop this down here. Let me do that again. Usually when I do things live, nothing ever goes wrong. All right, homepage. Yep, good. Okay, so now when this is clicked, it'll automatically go to homepage. This is pretty magical, isn't it? Yeah, you're feeling it. I know. All right, so here on the homepage button, I'm going to make some fictitious buttons. while I'm here, I'm going to show you the Explore button that I hope you're using regularly with your students. It's pretty much magical. Bottom right-hand corner of a slide deck in a Google Doc, you have a button called Explore. And in the Explore button, you can type really relevant things according to your content, like kittens. I know, I'm trying. I'm what you call a two-handed typer. All right, so I'm going to click on images. And when I use this slide thing, it's really nice with students. This is an aside, but that's how I roll. It's really nice with students when they have that small Chromebook space that allows them to be really efficient in their workflow because it's all embedded right in here. So I honestly think that this kitty is kind of precious. So I'm going to hit plus and he'll drop right into my slide deck. How was that? Do you want to see that again? Yeah. Nobody cares. All right. So I'm going to make the kittens my hyperlinked button. So instead of making a new button, I'm just going to go up here and click on links. And then inside of links, I got to leave that. We got to trace it with a clear shape. And because it's a Flickr image, it wants to retain that. So I'm just going to cover it up and make my fill clear. Then I can link it inside my slide deck to the lunch menu. Now, there's something wrong with having pictures of kittens and it going to lunch, but please don't judge me. That wasn't planned. Lisa's giving me the eye roll. All right, I'm going to hit apply. All right, so now if you click the kittens, it goes to lunch. And then, of course, down by lunch, I'll put something like school lunch. Sloppy Joes. I found nothing ever goes wrong with Sloppy Joes in a middle school cafeteria. Just me? I teach. Okay, I'm losing you.
You're not, actually.
I'm not?
Yeah, you have very good.
Are they being good? Lisa, who has seen a lot of audiences, is complimenting you, saying that you're one of the best.
All right.
Really? Really? Let's just pause for a minute and let that resonate. All right, what was I doing? All right, so lunch, good. So if you click on the kittens now, it's going to go to lunch. That is a terrible example, but I'm going to leave it. So I want to make sure that you go back to the home page and have that ability as well. So the home page is our key point where I may add other boxes. Like, for example, you saw my other slide deck that had things like the calendar and homework and that kind of stuff. So these different images may be there. To go back to that, I'm going to add an image of a house. Can someone tell me how I can add an image of a house? A triangle and a square? Well, watch this sweet move. Ready? That's not a house, Micah. Guess what? It is now. Yeah, it could be a Christmas tree. All right, anyhow, you got the idea, right? So this is my home button. My home is red. Okay, so now if people click on the home button, I want it to go back to my lunch kittens, which, again, sounds terrible. I apologize for that. And I'm losing this down here. Let me change my aspect. Go. Perfect. And lunch. Up to the home page. And apply. Does this make sense so far? You're excited, aren't you? Yeah. I'm going to go extra long so you are not a room on your phone. Because that's how I roll. All right, so if I go present mode now, you're going to see, we'll go back up. Obviously, this is a slide deck, so I can just tap through it. But for my students or for my target audience, whoever that may be, if they click on start, it's going to jump to kittens. If they want to know about the lunch, they're going to click on kittens. Sorry, Emily. Emily has how many cats? Two cats. So, again, I apologize, kind of. All right, now if I click on the house is going to take us back to the home screen. Making sense so far? Are you feeling it? Someone say I'm feeling it. I feel it. All right, good. So now here's the issue. If I want this to go to somebody's device as an app, I have to hack the URL, which sounds pretty darned exciting, doesn't it? Who's excited? We're down to 3 people. I'm losing you. All right, so up here in the URL, your URL, it says from the /forward, it has the word edit. And you can remove that and type in whatever you want. So if I remove that and type in the word preview, it's going to force this address into a present mode. Isn't that wicked cool? I got 3 light bulbs just went off just now. So now if I want someone to have this as their school app, all they need is that URL. I can force it out. You could, of course, take it and make it like a bit.ly, which is how I started the slide deck. I'll go back to it in a little bit. But that forces them to go to this as their website address. and these buttons, which you made as hyperlinks inside the slide deck, are clickable. Am I going too fast? I had this massive, huge coffee like 5 minutes ago. You couldn't tell?
Oh my God.
No. I'm going to be crashing shortly. All right, anyhow, while I'm here, you don't only have to force out a preview, but you could also hack the URL and you could type the word copy in. This has nothing to do with what I'm presenting, but it's wicked cool. So if you type in the word copy, this forces people to make a copy of whatever you're sharing. So how many of you use Google Classroom? Everybody raise your hand and lie. Good. So all of us who use Google Classroom know that when we distribute a document to students, we can make a copy for each student. This is kind of what's happening in the background. So we can actually hack the URL and do that ourselves. So if you're ever presenting like me and you want to like give something to someone and say, here, make a copy, don't mess with mine, you can force a copy by people clicking make a copy. It's going to drop it right into their Google Drive. That cool? That one was free. All right, let's go back. I'd like to take a second and show you a couple of examples of what some people have done. I gave you a little bit of a teaser for it. So here's Miss Munsterland, and Amanda, let's pull up hers. So she created one that she wanted to be just for her particular classroom. So her 7th grade ELA, she put lunch, calendar, homework, and agenda like we saw earlier. Now with a calendar, if it's created with a Gmail account and you link it to a Gmail calendar or Google Calendar, the people will log in with that calendar. So it will be associated with the account that's using the app. So you'll actually force them into their Google Calendar. Homework, I've used homework a couple of ways. You could use it like this, like a Google Doc. Even share one page to each of your colleagues that your students share. Let's head back over here. And the lunch menu, I hope it's not kittens. Okay, so the lunch menu is updated by, again, anyone who has access to that. Let's go to this one quick, the Memorial Library one. So the teacher here who used the Craig Memorial Library example, she teaches coding to her students, and they were using products like Marvel, and she was trying to do like a precursor to what coding would look like. And if you've ever used different products that do like templates or wireframing of apps, they're really cool, but they don't give you like a full-blown app. So this is kind of the way to create something that's functional and tangible for students, because by creating with this, they're walking away with a real app that really works. Who's excited about that? That's good. That's good. Very good. All right, so if we click on these, you'll see things associated with theirs. And finally, one of my colleagues, Simone, I don't see her here, she created this one for her school district. Again, adding the calendar, their board minutes, as well as their mission and vision statements so that they can consistently, someone's throwing paper airplanes at us. I would just throw it back. All right, you came and got it, never mind, carry on. Can you edit that part out? All right. Am I making sense so far? Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Good, because I just made that all up. I don't know if it actually works. Let me bring you back to my original slide so you can take a quick snapshot. There's directions on here, as well as my incredibly witty cartoons and GIFs. It's bit.ly apps or app from slides. Punctuation does matter. If you've never used Bitly before, it's my personal fave. If you sign up for an account, you can make custom URLs for free. Who likes free? That means only 7 of you are paying attention because everybody likes free. That was a test and most of you just failed. Are we okay so far? All right, are there any questions? I teach 7th grade history. Is that your world too? My people over here. So awkward is our friend. I wish they didn't smell though. Tangent. All right, everybody's good? Questions? All right, I'm gonna pass you off in 1 minute to Lisa. I'll leave this up quickly. If you do use this, please tag me on the Twitters. I would love to know what your examples are, and maybe I'll take your show on the road.
Sorry, we gotta.
You ready? Want me to unplug you? So.
Hi. Pick any ticket, and then you're going to hand it to me. Why, thank you so much. Hold on one sec. We'll give you a turn as well. This is, what's your name?
Geronimo.
Nice. Okay. Ticket number 5758. Nice. Okay. You're going to. All right. Now, this young man is going to trip over his ribbons. So we better catch him before he does. Would you pick a ticket for our final giveaway just this hour? Leonardo, do you want to read the ticket numbers? Ticket, the last 4 digits, nice, loud, and clear.
3925743.
So the last 4 digits are 5743. Nice. You see that one right there? Okay. All right. Thank you. And these, thanks for your help, Emily. All right. So the next session starts in 4 minutes. We have our authors with us, Holly Clark and Tanya Everett. They wrote the Google Infused. Okay, they wrote the Google Infused Classroom. So stay with us. You'll need another ticket if you want to be part of the next round of sessions.
Sorry. So, okay, boys, come right here, and you're going to come in about 3 minutes and stand right here. You can come stand right now. Let's let the people see you. No? You have to take off your shoes. Me too. And then I take them off. Not really, I'm kidding you. But you can keep them off. Those look pretty nice shoes. No. Can you stand up with that thing? I don't think you can. Hey, I have one for you. Can I add to it? Hold on. Yes.
Hey, Holly, can you stay off the mic for a second? We're doing something over here.
No way. All right.
Tina, when we start, I use the microphone. Yeah.
Take two, Tina. All right, for all the not at ISTE folks, that's the people in this computer right here on the other side of the internet. Thanks for playing along. At the end of the last session, I said that anybody that retweeted my post about More Now, a message from the future for the educators of today, would be eligible to win a copy of the book, just as if you were right here in the booth. So I spun the wheel of all the retweets that we had over the last hour, or 30 minutes, and I took a picture of the winner on take one. I didn't want to change winners, right, for the second take. So Mary Sampson is our winner. Mary, I'm going to send you a message on Twitter, but if you could just send me your shipping information, we will send you your own copy of More Now, a message from the future for the educators of today. For what it's worth, it's a brief articulation of our philosophy at EdTechTeam, including the honeycomb for school change. So the chapters are courageous leadership, empowered teachers, inspiring spaces, engaged community, robust infrastructure, and of course, a focus on student agency. And there's plenty of expert voices in the book to supplement my anecdotes, so you'll actually learn something. That's it. We'll send that off to you soon, Mary. Thanks for watching and participating from home, everybody. It looks like it's going to be Holly's turn.
Yeah, I'm ready. I think it's 4:29. Oh, sorry. Hi, everyone. Uh-oh, let's get a picture. Stand over here. Okay, so thank you on this late hour for joining me and some of my new friends here at the EdTechTeam booth. So, in October, I got to visit Mexico City. And when I visited Mexico City, I met Pedro, who brought these kids to ISTE. So they came all the way from Mexico City to come to ISTE, which is amazing. So I wanted them to have a voice. And although the voice we're going to talk about is a little bit different, I wanted them to tell you what they enjoy using in their classroom. So we're going to go down the line. They're going to tell you their name and I guess maybe like an age and the app or tool that they like using. No, I don't like to talk about app or tools, but I wanted them to have a chance to tell us what they like. So can we start with you?
Hi, my name is Fernando Gutierrez. I'm 9 years old, and the app is Kahoot. Hello, my name is Jerome and I have 9 years, and my favorite is El Modo. Hi, my name is Gerardo, but you can call me Jerry. I'm 10 years old, and the tool I use, or we use in our classroom, is Google Drawing. Hello, my name is Juan Pablo Ramirez, but you can call me JP, and I have 10 years, and the app that I enjoy is Interland. Hi, my name is Diego, and I have 9 years old, and the app I enjoy to use is Google Docs. Hi, I'm Diego. You can call me Burgess, and I'm 9 years old, and one application that we really use is Google Slides, and I have a million pens here in my pocket.
So before you go, are you guys going to be at ISTE for tomorrow? Can people help you going home? Oh. Well, thank you for presenting. And, that's a million. Okay. Okay, so thank you from the U.S. to Mexico. And make sure to get your shoes, friend. I took off my shoes, so they came. Okay, yay! So, as we talk about State of Voice, these are our customers. And I want to talk to you a second about your customers. Oh, they are the same everywhere. Anyway, so these kids don't know that Google didn't exist. As I've talked about, if you've seen me speak before, they don't understand that we're calling this technology because it's not tech. Oh, you do? They understand. I've been told. No, anyway, they don't understand because, bye guys. Oh, let me come out here. Give me a second. So these are our learners. Those kids who just left, who don't know that life existed before Google. They're the first kids to be born into a world with social media, with tablets and smartphones and computers. And they're not as much tech savvy as they are tech dependent. And this is who we are trying to get ready for a future we can't really even imagine. So, sorry. So I'll let you finish those. But look one of the things I really like about this is that these kids are born social entrepreneurs. And what that means is that they want to do good. And we need to provide them learning in an environment in which they can learn the skills to problem think and to be creative thinkers. And the app, like Google Drawing that kid mentioned, great app. I don't know, like we need to use it so that it provides this critical thinking for them. So, hello, not a distinct. So what we're going to do today is I want to find out something from you. I want to have your voice because today you're my students. So I want you to go to the app Socrative on your phone. And you can go to it by just going to Google Chrome or Safari or whatever your browser is on your phone. And let's hear about your aha moment from day one. We're about to close it up. Probably many of you are thinking about happy hour. Not at ISTE, we're not. And I'm totally not thinking of happy hour. And so as we close this up and we think about our first day, it's time to give you a voice. And I want to hear what your aha moment is. And I'm going to head over to Socrative. And on Socrative, my room is Holly 1234, which it says right there. But if I head over, did you hear? Is that showing up, the question? Who is there? Socrative, and then Holly 1234. Did you get in? And it's showing things. It's good to have you in the audience. It's working. But it's not coming up. You're there. Michelle, did you submit it? Did the question come up? Okay. So I'm waiting for answers. So at home, you can join us by going to Socrative.com and you can come to the room, Holly 1234. We'd love to hear from you. But before you put your answer, put not at ISTE, so we know we're hearing from you. So if you had an aha moment watching this today, put it in there. We'd love to hear from you. So Socrative, just like you can see there, and Holly 1234, and not at ISTE. So we know that we're hearing from you too. It's pretty cool. So open a new tab and do it. I think it'd be the coolest thing ever. So I told the people not at ISTE to join us. That would be really cool to see their answers come through here actually, about their aha moments. That is me. Number 2, I am going to listen to my body. I'm going to go home after flip day. So, woo, someone already given Micah a shout out. Someone already liking not at ISTE. I'm hoping to see some answers coming in from you guys. I'm putting out the gauntlet for you to do that. Relationships are key. That's nice. So I'm using Socrative, and I use it all the time for one reason, the student voice component. And I want to talk about that student voice component in a second, but I'm going to give people a couple more seconds to get their answers in, because I think the student voice is composed of 3 things, and this is only one of them. So when people talk about student voice, I've tried to break it up. I try to break things up into 3s, and I'm going to show you what that is. It's the first time I think I've ever shown it. I probably put it on Twitter. So not at ISTE, I don't see any not at ISTE answers. There's a not at ISTE answer. Look, thank you. It's so cool. So I loved learning all day. The Pear Deck has been our aha. We must have had it. Look at the people from not at ISTE. I love this. So what did we do? We broke down the ISTE 4 walls, which we could do in our classroom too. Why couldn't I say, hey, there's a South African over there. Would your kids want to be in a room with my kids? Like that student voice, getting those kids together. Thank you, the not at ISTE people. Okay, so I show you this because I was able to hear from all of you in like under 2 minutes. I spoke about that before. And I'm now hearing from the people not at ISTE, but this is what's important. Let me come back here. So when we talk about student voice, I want you to look at this definition and see if you agree with it. I kind of tried to put it into, and you can tell me if you don't, because it's going into a book soon. So if you don't, I want to hear about it now. And for the not at ISTE people as well. So it's hearing from all students. That's what we just did. I was able to hear from every kid in my class, even not in my class, in under 2 minutes. That's an important part of the student voice part. It's the articulation. I got to hear your aha moments. Not only did I get to hear it, but did you, after you answered, did you look up there and see what other people said? That's really important. And some of you have heard me say this before, that is metacognition. That's you, when you look at those answers that were up there and compare them and be like, the not at ISTE people said this and I said this. You're thinking about your thinking and you're in a state of metacognition. Student voice is also the ability to understand for students how they learn best and ask, hopefully, to be able to respond in that way. And so we have to be able to teach them how to find their best way of learning, their best way of reflecting, and then to be able to demonstrate their learning in that way. That's student voice, knowing us hearing from them and knowing who they are, and them knowing who they are. So let's take a second and look at what student voice is and is not. There's probably a clicker. I probably don't have to be like, I'm sure there is. So take a look at this. Tell me what you think. Do you agree? Oh, thanks. Now, do you know this one? The question formulation technique? Oh, maybe. Uh-oh.
No. Yep.
Okay, thanks. So, it's looking at these types of things. Choice in learning. Hyperdocs. If you haven't gone or seen Hyperdocs, I think most of you have. You're at an EdTechTeam session. You probably know about Hyperdocs. Being able to redo. Doing reflections, inquiry, the question formulation technique. What it's not. Questions at the end of a chapter. We know this. So, we're going to try something. I don't know if it's going to work, but I'm sure you all are on this. Flipgrid. So we're going to go to my Flipgrid now, and we're going to do together, we're going to bring in your voice from your aha moments from today. It's different from, let's do something, because I just asked you aha moments. Let's do instead, what is one thing that is working like a charm in your own classroom? That if you could stand up here and give your own presentation, what would you be like, I want to present on? And if it's Flipgrid, or if it's something that you're hearing about, but what's that thing that's working like a charm? So that way we can learn together, because you're all as knowledgeable as me. Some of you probably more knowledgeable, and I want to learn from you. So let's go to Flipgrid. So I want you to go to your app or whatever. You can go to flipgrid.com, and our code is Google18, not at ISTE. Join us on this Flipgrid at flipgrid.com, and then it's Google18. Now it's going to ask for a password, and the password, this is how smart I am, Google19. Hello. You can remember that. No capitals involved. And then I want to reflect on why this is student voice. Oops. So here we are, and it's Google 19. Jen, you're not doing it with us. Oh, phone is dead? I was just in a session where a bunch of people had only phones, and I was trying to show Book Creator. They're like, everyone's like, I gotta go, because they only had phones. By the end of the day, it's tough. I think it's going to be tough to get you on, so do it quick. I want to learn from you. So using the plus button, have you used Flipgrid before? Okay, so let me know what your favorite tool is. What's your favorite thing? Tell me. Yeah. So I don't know what the question says. Forget it. So no. Teacher, let's go back down to justgocreate.com. Love it. What I'm really looking forward to, yeah, is ISTE. So just hit the, there you go. And then the green plus button on the bottom. And you know Flipgrid is free for all teachers. Whoa, I didn't mean to go to this one. Hold on, I'm on the wrong one. But you're good, you're good. Oh wait, I think I went to, yeah, that's it. ISTE. Has anyone left one? Oh, I see some people. We're about to, I hope, see some, hi Roxanne, some people not at ISTE. So I'm going to ISTE. Hi Sylvia. Are you going to join us and do Flipgrid? Yeah. I need you. Oh, it says it's moderated. Let me go back. Someone's leaving, not leaving, but going to record. I love it. And let me go back to my topic. And here we go. So is there anyone in this audience not using Flipgrid? It's crazy. Okay, ISTE, I just have to change this actions to not be moderated. So FYI, if you are using Flipgrid and you go back to your classroom, when you get back, it automatically goes to moderation. It didn't used to do that. You got to turn that off now so that those will just show up. And I'm getting used to that, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Let's all head over to Flipgrid and then complain. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Because then they won't let us go to the party later. Oh, look! I wonder if any of these people are not at ISTE. So here's the student voice. And I want to talk to you guys about this student. I hate the passwords. You guys hate the passwords? Have you been using it since the passwords? The worst. I have to keep putting it in. Okay, so I'm going to call on a couple people. Oh, look, not at ISTE. But they gave us an aha moment. That's what I asked for. But I want to ask you why, and I'm going to come out like Oprah into the audience, or was it Donahue? Probably. That's how old I am. Tell me, why is this so strong in student voice? I want to hear from someone else. Oh, Sylvia.
Well, because students love to upload videos of themselves. It goes with the culture of the selfie, and it gives everyone a voice, no matter how shy they might be.
So Sylvia said something, mic drop. She said that it goes with the culture of the selfie generation. So we opened this whole session with Gen Z. They are the selfie generation. They want to communicate in images and videos, and this allows us to do it. Now, I have a question for you. I've just sent out an email that said a lot about Flipgrid, and someone responded that Flipgrid is cosmetic. Do you agree? Do you disagree? And tell me why, Michelle.
There is no possible way for a child to fake their answer. Writing, they can fake it. Speaking, they cannot.
If you have a kid respond by reading an answer that they wrote, it's cosmetic. If you have a kid sit there and tell you in a brain dump situation, what did you just learn about the 13 colonies? Tell me everything you know. And they have to pause and think and come back and do whatever. That's called a cognitive struggle. And a cognitive struggle allows us to take information with us. It's why multiple choice questions have never resulted in long-term learning. Because you don't struggle. You're like, oh, A. the cognitive struggle happens when we do sort of like think of it as an elevator pitch about what we just learned. And so I think the person who responded that is probably not using it the way it's supposed to be, because we want to use it to do this. And many of you, I see your faces. I know that we have had sessions together before, but you know that I'm always talking about, oh, it's not even on here. I took it out because it's student voice. I'm talking about making thinking visible. There's no better tool for making student thinking visible, and then that's the student voice, right? So the person who responded to that, it took everything I had to not respond back and be like, oh. But I just think she hasn't found it, like she hasn't gotten that response from a kid. I say this, my friend Ken and I talk about this all the time, he's somewhere around here. For me, the most transformational thing that's happened in my teaching career has been Google. After that, Flipgrid. It's literally when you use it correctly and you hear from your kids, it's like drop to your knees moment. So we're getting into that student voice. And if we go back and end with, let me see what time we're at. We're right at. If we go back and end with, it's not just this. We now got to, and this is what I think most people are thinking. We're hearing from kids that are making their thinking visible. We have to add these components. They have to be able to themselves understand how they learn. And how do we add that component? And how do we allow them to demonstrate? Now, I think Flipgrid gives us a good place for the demonstration. So that is thinking in 20 minutes or less differently about student voice. So thank you. But I'm going to give away a book, although I see many of you out here already have it. So let's, Lisa. Lisa, who's giving away prizes? Sorry. We're also going to give away 2 Google Infused classrooms. We're also coming out, by the way, with the Chromebook Infused Classroom out in November. Let's hope. Yep. Oh, 752. Is that right? Okay, 752. Yay! Starting with that. Hopefully you don't already have it. And the next one is 608. Yay! Sorry. 608. Thanks. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Holly. Everyone, a round of applause for Holly.
Oh, wait. And a round of applause.
Yeah.
Oh, and a round of applause for Not at ISTE for coming in and doing that. Thanks.
Ooh, Not at ISTE. Woo! Okay, we're going to get you set up, Sylvia, if you're the first person slamming. All right.
Thank you.
So, not only are we going to give away some prizes, but next up is the demo slam. And I believe, I walked away from the sheet of paper, but I believe we have 5 people slamming. Now, if you were here before, you heard me say this already.
Are you hanging
2 of those people will win the round 1 demo slam and go on to the final round 3 demo slams on Wednesday. But of course, the round 2 demo slams will be when? Tomorrow, Tuesday. Oh, yeah, the final round is Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. I don't know what time zone I'm in. It's all good. All right. So we're going to give away some prizes now. And then we need you to stick around for the demo slams because we need you all to vote on the winners. And the way that we're going to vote is with noise. Okay? So I'm going to grab a couple, after the demo slams, a couple of green shirt EdTech teamers to stand in that back corner and that back corner, and they're going to be judging who gets the most votes by the volume of noise. Okay. We've got our first prize giveaway. We've got the EdTechTeam lanyard for your phone and an EdTechTeam luggage tag. All right. And the first winner, can someone help give me prizes? Or Eric, you want to give out some prizes for me? Okay. Is today your birthday? Oh my gosh, are you ready? We're going to sing. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Eric. Happy birthday to you. birthday too? No, just kidding. Okay. Oh, I didn't pick a ticket yet. Oh, that's so funny. I was waiting for Eric to say who won. All right. The winner is ticket number 5748. Nice. Okay, our next prize is an EdTechTeam charging dongle. Eric, would you like to pick a ticket? All right, we've got ticket number 5750. The next is the EdTechTeam Adventure Backpack. It may not look like a backpack. It may look like a fanny pack, but it unfolds into a backpack. And it doesn't take up much room in your suitcase. It's all about suitcases lately. Did you already pick a number? You are so efficient. Oh my gosh. Your age, you're doing well.
I may be old, but I'm still hanging in there. I'm viable.
All right, ticket number 5629. Nice. We should have made him walk farther. He's got to get in his exercise there in his old age. Okay. Okay. You see this lovely Mac Cases laptop sleeve? We are sharing a booth with Max Cases. They're on the other side here. You're going to win a card that says Max Cases VIP giveaway, and you're going to go pick one of your very own with ticket number. This is going well.
Surprising. Surprising. I mean, oh.
5624. 5624. 5624. Not at ISTE. Does anyone have ticket 5724? Oh, Pear Deck has ticket 5724. Okay, we need a new ticket number. Thank you. 5749. 5749. 5749. Up next ticket. 5625. 562. No, you're not allowed to pick anymore because you picked the people that are here. Okay, this is going to be the winner. 5734. Yes. Eric is no longer picking tickets. Okay. The next giveaway is the Rocket Book Notebook from the future. Ticket number 5619. You did. You said 9. But it really does say that. I swear. Okay. And the last Rocket Book. But before I give this away, I'm going to talk about EdTechTeam Online. EdTechTeam Online. Not only do we have just-in-time courses that are 15 hours, we have our new Zero to Ninja courses, which are about 90 minutes. And we have the teacher leader certificate, but there is, I can't believe I'm about to say this, Eric. There's a flash sale going on right now, and all courses are 20% off. Are you ready for the promo code? Are you ready? Are you guys ready? ISTE 18. If you go to edtechteam.com/online or just Google it, okay? You can get any one of our EdTechTeam Online courses at 20% off using promo code ISTE18. Sweet! Okay, now do you want to learn the rock book? Our first slammer's ready. Wow, all right, you're ready. Okay, ticket number 5603. Wow! Okay, so here's how this works, folks. We are going to be demo slamming. We have 5 slammers doing 3-minute super engaging activities or presentations. It's a competition. Come sit down. It's a competition because the 2 winners of the slam today proceed to Wednesday's slam at the end of the day. And you know what happens to the person that wins the slam on Wednesday? They get bragging rights. You, however, there was a Chromebook. It's underneath Sylvia's computer. we are giving that Chromebook away to one of you all on Wednesday after the demo slam. Okay, so I'm setting a timer on Sylvia and my friend Sylvia Duckworth.
Guys, today we're going to demo slam with IncrediBox and Screencastify. First thing you need to do is download the extension, Screencastify. It's a Chrome extension. Just Google it, you'll find it, and add it to Chrome. Step 2, you have to go to IncrediBox.com. It's a free website that does beatbox rhythms. There's 4 different versions. I like the last version, number 4. You need to set up and record. All you need to do is drag these hats onto these guys' heads. You start the record button in Screencastify, not that button, and off you go. So I'm going to demonstrate a rap for you. Can you hear that? Is it nice and loud? So your students can do that. They can rap on top of these beatbox rhythms. It's a free website, IncrediBox. Screencastify is also free. The Chrome extension. Is that nice and loud? Can you hear it back there? Okay, so each of these guys has a different beatbox rhythm. Thanks for dancing. I've got backup dancers. Amazing. When I finish putting the hats on, I'm going to start rapping. I'll rap as soon as all these guys have hats on. And each of them is making a different sound. I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1. Well, here I am at the demo slam, where I'm demoing IncrediBox. Yes, I am. I hope that it will get your full attention. Screencastify too, a Chrome extension, and when I'm done, it's so easy to, with my Google account, upload to YouTube. I think you'll agree that it's way more cool than the other demo slams. Yes, this is true. I hope that you learned a lot today. Get some rest, because tomorrow there's more coming your way. At the end, you're gonna feel like your head will explode with all the ISTE goodness, like nuggets of gold. But the most important thing at the end of the day is the people we meet, the connections we make. These new friends we can nurture and feed and reach out to for support in times of need. And now my rap has come to an end. So I leave you with one thought, my lovely ISTE friends. It's not the tech tools that will inspire, but connections to the heart that will ignite the fire. And at the end, you're going to save and share. You press the button to stop the recording. There's 2 buttons to press. Then you need to decide how you're going to share it. You can upload to Google Drive, or you can upload to YouTube. And that, my friends, is a slam.
With 17 seconds to spare. Crazy. All right, John McGowan from Text Help is next. And we're going to do something that we lovingly refer to as the dongle dance. Oh, time's up. As we swap out one device for another. So while we're giving John a chance to set up, do you guys want to do a little trivia? Okay, so I'm going to get a couple of extra giveaways here. Okay, first trivia question. I may have just put something. The battery's running low on that, Wendy. The battery. Okay, so here's the first trivia question. Raise your hand. Don't call out the answer. Okay. The first trivia question is: before Google was called Google, what did they want to name the company? Raise your hand if you know, and if you don't know, you should be Googling it, guys. You're close, John. Nobody knows?
It's the black one.
No, that's the parent company now. All right, nobody wins a prize. It's Back Rub. All right, John, you ready?
You have a pen?
You're asking me for a pen. I do not have a pen. Anybody else? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Win a dongle for sharing your pen. Oh my gosh, you're so demanding. Okay.
Sure.
All right, so today I'm going to demo Slam Equatio. So it's a Chrome extension. We want to make math and science digital no matter what you do. So I have a volunteer in the audience here who's going to write something down math-wise. It doesn't have to be valid. It just has to have some numbers, maybe a problem in there. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to make math digital. So Equatio is a Chrome extension. You can see I took a picture. One of the things we have in there is prediction items. So we want to make it easy to click on those buttons. So one of the things, if I want to put math anywhere in the G Suite, I can just start doing that with prediction. Like, I want to make the quadratic formula, I can hit enter. And if it's a cumbersome notational thing, we want to put it in there. Textile makes read and write. We can also read that aloud. One of the other things that we can do is we can put responses down from Equatio mobile. So one of the things, if I want to, I can just pop open my mobile device. So this is also Demo Slam, so there's a high risk of failure. And so I can just open up my camera and I can take a picture, and you can't see it. Well, I can just show you here that I just take that device and I want to put that in that digital component. So I can say, like, take that and save that as an image and then put that anywhere that I have my cursor open. So it should put that in my Google Doc wherever my cursor is. And you can see it's inserting that image in there. We'll just hide that down. So it's one way that I can make that digital. It's a piece of paper. It's physical. So that's really great to get that component digital. I can do that into my Google Doc, my Google Slide, as a Google Form question, as a Google Form response. So if I'm a student and I already wrote it down on a piece of paper, I can do that. But the other part that we can do out of that, so you saw what the picture looked like. I sent that as an image, but we can also do the recognizing the math on there. So I just said, what math is underlying that? And it will insert the typeset math in there from the handwriting that we put in. And on top of that, Read and Write, which is Textile's other product, can read that aloud. So for those students that want that accessibility, so we can go from something that's handwritten to physical, and then we can typeset that. It's also editable, and I can read that aloud. So I can answer a Google Form response, get it digital, and then I can have my students work with that. So we just want to make it easy to make math digital. We also have science in there as well. Any chemical compound you can pretty much use with prediction. If it's a notational component that's difficult, we can just predict that. Like if I want to do sodium acetate or arsenate, I can just hit enter on that, and then I can enter subscripts, superscripts, all that cumbersome notational components. We can do that with Equatio to make it easy to make it digital. Slam.
Show off. All right, round of applause for John. Okay, now as we get set, oh, thank you. As we get set up for Pear Deck, who's slamming next, I feel like I just.
He's so cute.
Now this thing, oh, it is working. Yay. Okay, so you guys ready for trivia that you can answer? Okay, so Google has this whole culture where you're not supposed to be farther than 150 feet from food. So there's micro kitchens all over the place. Who knows, raise your hand, who knows the very first snack that who knows the very first snack that they ever had in their micro kitchens in Mountain View? Apple. No. Yeah. You guys are just guessing. He's Googling it. No, it's a snack. It's a snacky thing. No, Allison, it's not potato chips. No, he's trying to Google it. He's working his hardest. Anybody? Anybody? You've got 10 seconds to find the answer. 10, 9, I'm letting them have it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swedish fish. Oh, all right. Nick Starr and Dave Frazier are up from Pear Deck.
So I'm actually not slamming at all. I'm just here to help.
The one-armed bear. Did you see that?
Hello, everybody. Has my time started?
Oh, you are at 2 minutes.
Come on, let's go, let's go. Did you guys know what gender Perry was until now? Well, he's a male, he's an adult. So I want everybody to get their phones out really quick, as fast as possible, and go to joinpd.com. So once you get there, you're going to use your Google account, and you're going to sign in with that 5-letter code. So Victorious Quizzes Wish Red Carrots. So get your phones out, join the presentation, We want this to be interactive. We don't want our classroom just staring and looking at us. We want to actually involve you in the lesson. So today we're going to teach you about Pear Deck. Some of you might be familiar with it. Others may have never heard of it before. We're an add-on in Google Slides that lets you make any presentation you've already created interactive. So literally just adding an add-on allows you to make any presentation fun for your kids. So what I want you to do is, if you're signed in, I'm going to ask you to answer a couple questions for me, because I'm interested in how your day went. So Nick, if you go to the next slide, I want you to answer for me how your day went, and Nick, if you would project, Pear Deck's going to allow you to see how your students are feeling. Now, it looks like most of us are ready to get started, so we feel a little bit overwhelmed, and it's a really good thing that nobody needs help right now. So this is good. Well, one person needs help, but that's okay. Now, the nice thing about Pear Deck, my favorite part of Pear Deck, is I know which one of you needs help. Nick, would you hover over that again for us, please?
Yeah, sorry.
David, wherever David is, we'll talk after. Okay, David, we'll see you after. Now, if anybody's heard of Pear Deck Awesome, we launched this week curriculum for every teacher for free to teach their students how to be safe online. So if you want to come check us out at Pear Deck in the booth, we've got a free curriculum that you can launch from Pear Deck. How much time you got, Lisa? 45 seconds. All right, let's go to the next one. I want to know how everybody is going to digest what they learned today. Nick, let them answer the question, then let's lock it here in about 15 seconds. I want everybody to answer how they're going to digest the information that they learned. Nick, go ahead and lock your responses. Let's project them. Oh, wow. So, Nick, my favorite part of Pear Deck, I talked about this earlier, is the fact that we know who said what. Nick, can you pull up the other slide for us here for a second? Can you hover over C? So, Amanda, Ben, Beth, David, Gabriel, Michelle, and Robin, we need to talk after this. Everybody else is ready to get started. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a slam.
I've never taken a microphone out of a pair before. Thanks, Pear Deck. Awesome. All right. So while Donnie Piercy sets up, now he's the next to last Sam, I'm going to ask a trivia question that everybody here should know, but you have to raise your hand. If you want to get an EdTechTeam online course at 20% off, what promo code do you need to use? Raise your hand. You already won something. Wait, oh, you already won something? If you already won something, put your hand down. If you haven't won anything yet, okay. What's the promo code? ISTE, I'm going to toss this to you. Oh my gosh, I almost got you right over the head. I'm sorry. You would have gotten a dongle out of it. All right. Yes, ISTE 18 is the promo code. Okay, everyone. Donnie Piercy is up. 3 minutes on the clock, Donnie.
All right. Check. Sound. We'll see if the sound works. We'll go with it. Okay. So I'd like to present my demo slam. This time it's personal. Now, I have a bunch of things that I could have shown you, but I only have 3 minutes. So, I could have shown you this website right here where you can actually go and play the original Oregon Trail game. And the best part is, halfway through, you have to press a button, and it takes the disc out and flips it around and puts it back in. I could show you that. I could show you this Chrome extension called Skip Stupid Videos, which what it does, if you're watching one of those training videos, you have to watch it all the way to the end. Install that, you don't have to watch it all the way to the end. I could show that. I shared this one this morning, so is that the hot dog or the hamburger? Some people call it whatever you call it, you install this Chrome extension, you tell it one, and then it actually switches the 3 lines to a picture of a hot dog or a picture of a hamburger. I could show you that, but I'm out for revenge, because last year, this person decided to go out all on me. She tweeted me for weeks how she was going to win. After she won, which is still up in the air, but anyway, after she won, she tweeted me, Bitmoji me. It was very mean. So if anyone or a student ever decides to go, oh, if you ever get upset with something that a student makes or has a website or something, what you do is you go and install this Chrome extension called Destroy the Web. Then what you do is you go here and you load up the thing that the student made. You click the Chrome extension. Then you click Destroy the Web.
And now you've got a 1980s arcade game where you can destroy things that make you angry. Oh, look, what's that? You still feel like last year matters where you did the exact same demo slam? Oh. Yeah, slam.
Oh, but honey, you have a whole nother minute.
Oh, okay, can I destroy my stuff? Is that okay? Oh, look. Oh, wait, time's up. Gives you a high score. Do you know what that is? Math, numbers.
Yeah, he's that. Okay. Round of applause for Donnie Piercy. All right. Now, last but certainly not least is our very own Rosalinda James.
I missed.
So I'm monolingual. Yeah, I'm sorry, monolingual. All right. So here's what's going to happen. Tracy Purdy is standing in the corner there, and Ben Friesen is standing in the corner there. They are going to be the judge of the applause, not when Rosalinda's done, but when I call the names of all of our slammers, we will be voting with applause and, however else you'd like to vote. Okay? So, while Rosalinda's bringing that up, we talked about EdTechTeam Online. You already know that we host summits all over the world. Okay? We've got EdTechTeam UK with us right here. We've got EdTechTeam Mexico with us here. We've got EdTechTeam ANZ, Australia, New Zealand, EdTechTeam South America, EdTechTeam South Africa, and EdTechTeam United States. Okay? So hopefully we are just about ready to go. I got to keep talking. I love talking, so it's really not an issue. We can come to your school and do customized professional development. We do level 1, level 2, and certified trainer boot camps. All over the world, we do that. Who's from Arizona? Anybody from Arizona? Okay, next story. We'll bring keynotes to your school or district. We'll come work at your conference and do sessions and keynotes there. We are EdTechTeam, 40 full-time employees, every single one of us, former educators. Okay? I do miss the classroom, but I love working with teachers and administrators because I know that's ultimately going to get back to our students. All right, so it looks like we are just about ready to go. No, I got to see Andrew's signal. I don't have any trivia left. So what's the EdTechTeam Online promo code for ISTE? That's ISTE 18. Good job, guys. We've got just-in-time courses. They're about 15 hours. We've got our Zero to Ninja. And Ben wants to talk just real quick about Summit on the Sea.
Did you know that we have a Summit at Sea? So you're getting like a really great little promo, some little session tidbits at the Teaching Theater today. That's just like a small sampling of what an entire summit would be like. And then imagine being on a 8-day, 7-night cruise in the Caribbean doing that with your friends, sand between your toes, umbrella drinks. It's going to be on. We have a sweepstakes. We're giving away one cruise package, one lucky educator. Make sure you sign up. You can go to edtechteam.com and just click on the banner, and you will be entered into the raffle by filling out the quick sweepstakes form. Check it out.
Thanks, Ben. And without further ado, 3 minutes on the clock for Ro.
All right, so my Chrome extensions are going to load because I can't use my own laptop. But I'm going to show you Toby Mini. It's in the Chrome extension web store. Sorry. And how many of you could see me if I actually could stand? So I'm going to be on my. No, it's okay. Okay, so all of them are going to load. That's okay. I can work through it. So I'm going to go ahead and add Toby Mini there to my address bar there, my Omnibox. It'll show up over here somewhere, hopefully. And let's see what happens here. Who knows? I might just get the right. I'm the rookie here. And it's telling me that it doesn't have any collections yet. And so what Toby Mini does, it's just an easier way to bookmark. Because how many of you just go and you star everything, right? And then you go over here to this section, and like mine is all nice and neat, but when you click over here, you have that scroll of all these bookmarks, and you can't categorize them, and you're like, what did I use this for? I don't know. I blacked out while I was clicking. What you do is if you install Toby Mini, not Toby, but Toby Mini, you can go ahead and click on the plus sign, and you can type the collection title. So for example, I can type in ISTE 18 because all the things that I have collected today when it's back. Yay! All right, hold on. Let's get there. Let's get to Toby. Here we go. All right. No worries. I'll do it again. So I'll go ahead and give it a name, press enter, and then it lets me drag. It'll open up all the tabs that I already had open. I can go ahead and click and drag it over to that collection. And so, for example, if I go back to the Chrome Web Store and I was like, hey, I want that distributed web font that Donnie was showing because it's really hard to follow his path there. I'm sitting on it. All right, there it is. I can go over here to my new tab, and look, it says destroy the web. I'm going to click that over, and now I can save that there. What if I was here earlier and got to see someone else? What do I have, 35 seconds? Okay, I'm going to show something else. I'm going to show you instead of off. Let's make sure I type it correctly. Be appropriate, be appropriate. Okay, there we go. Whew. All right, so there it is in Creditbox. I can go over here where it says Toby, and look, there it is right there, and I can click it right over. And I can go ahead and collapse it, and I can see it. I can also share it right over here. And account that I actually really do. When you click share, it gives you your own unique link that you can then share out to others. So, and that's a slide. I didn't use her own computer. She didn't use her own computer, and she used the full 3 minutes. Another round of applause for Rose. All right, so Andrew's actually going to put up our slide. Possible? Okay, so if you didn't already grab it, grab one of our schedules. That's on the front one today, but on the back, it's tomorrow's schedule of sessions and Wednesday's schedule of sessions. You can also come to the ISTE Google Playground because most of us will be there presenting on Google tools all day tomorrow. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I know everybody's hungry and they want their dinner. We need to vote. So I've got Ben in that corner. I've got Tracy in that corner. Vote the loudest for the, oh, you came out of the pair. No, I'm not sure it was you, actually. All right, so our first slammer was Sylvia was, so long ago, I forgot already. Sylvia, stand up. There we is. If you want to vote for Sylvia's slam. All right, good job, Sylvia. The next slammer was Pear Deck. All right, how are we doing, Tracy, Ben? You're able to gauge it from back there? Yeah, we might need to do a quick conference. Okay, next to slam was John McGowan from Textel. Nice. And after John went Donnie. Donnie, raise your hand if you want to vote for Donnie. Okay. This is your last chance. If you want to vote for Ro, give us all right, I don't think we need to have a conference. Our top 2 winners. We've got 2 winners entered into Wednesday's demo slams. The first one, Rosalinda. Our second one, Tracy and Ben. Should we put on some Jeopardy music? I mean, they're having a serious talk back there. And these folks want to get to dinner. All right, and the other winner of today's demo slams, not at ISTE. We hope you've had a great day with us. Make sure to come back tomorrow. And it is John McGowan from Textel. Thanks, everyone, and we hope that you'll join us tomorrow. Have a great evening and be safe.
slides can be sent to the I want to get back to this demo. They're doing their sessions.